YouTube, hello, welcome back. We are starting again. That's not the right phrase. We are continuing Golden Treasure of the Great Green tonight. We should finish it either by this stream. No, I lied. That's very much a lie. We're going to finish part 2 tonight and start part 3 on Friday. And we should finish part 3 on next Wednesday. We continue! A new sun has risen. Your song of life continues. How we doing? Ooh, we looking so good! If this is your first time viewing this stream, your character, the Drakkin, has 4 elements: fire, water, earth, air, and they do various things. We'll go over that as we go or whatnot, or just view the previous streams or whatnot. If you missed it, or in case you've forgotten, last time we were here, we visited the elves, the mystical magical elves, and got laid. Now we have come to learn a lot more about the wolves. We've done all of your wisdom stuff. We can visit Tempest over here. We will deal with this at a later date. We'll deal with this later. I want to take care of this. It looks like fire. Smells like fire. Acts like fire. After spending most of a day, following various scent trails through the rich, warm air, none of which led to food or treasure, but the weather is so pleasant that it is difficult to care, you settle down for a brief nap. In nearby hollows, thick shrubs make fine bedding, and soon your thoughts are unraveling, traveling off into the dreaming. To your horror, however, you are confronted with a terrible vision. Fire, most violent and unpredictable of the Great Four, is sleeping here beside you. Somehow, you know that when it awakens, it will consume everything in its path, without judgment or exception. Fire always goes where it wills, but this great fire, which has not yet been born, is a tragedy of massive scale. Even your own lair and trove may suffer. You see the overgrown plants feeding it, making it stronger. Countless trees are lost. Infant feather beasts are roasted in their own nests, and underground dens become tombs for those who could not flee in time. Those who do escape will be far from your territory, and finding your food will become nearly impossible. Starving, you pick through the bones of the quiet in a green turned gray. A question arises in your mind. Though you fear, you already know the answer. Can nothing be done to prevent this? Just as you are about to submit to the fire and be purified into silence with the other good beasts, a savior appears. You see it as only one essence, but you know that they are many in body. The Woodstriders, the crowned, the beloved of the green. Against the looming catastrophe, it stands alone, yet unafraid and full of a living power. As it charges the fire being, the world washes away, leaving you back in your body. What you saw was not physically real, but it was a reality nonetheless. Was this a true dream, whispered to you by a greater being? Earth, perhaps, or sun? Or was it only fear and desire dancing in your mind? In short, a common illusion. You resolve to hold on to the dream and seek out its meaning. Even if there is a possibility that this may be a hunt without prey, if indeed this was a true dream, then you are being called upon to take action. You are too young to know much of dreams, but an elder among the kin may know more. We don't need to visit them. We don't need them. We don't need them. We don't need them. We got this. We got this. We are gonna visit this guy. Yes, I would like to investigate this area. Look at this. Look at this beautiful art. While exploring the Great Green one day, taste strangeness on the wind. Salt, fear, something unnervingly other. Following the scent, you soon discover a lone no-tail hatchling, stumbling through the green on its insufficient legs. Its forepaws are clutched to its belly, and its second skin is tattered and frayed. Every once in a while, it emits a wail, probably trying to attract others of its kind to aid it. But all of your senses agree that it is the only tailless anywhere nearby. It is starving, lost, and utterly alone. Still, there is plenty of flesh on it to make a fine meal. No. Got it, and lead it to the edge of the green. Knowing that you cannot sing to such an alien mind, you decide to use a different tactic to influence its movements. You show yourself to the grotesque hatchling at calculated times and places. Fear causes it to run away in the opposite direction. In such a way, you herd it coldwards, toward lands inhabited by no-tails. However, a tangy breeze heralds oncoming danger. Another predator, a great slideclaw, has sensed the lost hatchling and is interested in consuming it. Will you bar its way? Yes. The dance of destruction begins. Alright, you are good at all of the things. What kind of things do you do, Miss Oncia? Ah, your pattern is great and wild. Okay. You might focus on green. Do I have the mind read? Not yet. Start with you. You won that one. Aha! I won that one, motherfucker! The slideclaw is worthy of its mighty and destructive essence, but you managed to drive it off. The tailless hatchling continues to stumble scent-blind through the forest, but you manipulate it into a successful escape. In the end, you catch nothing at all that day. Your core berates you with low growls as you watch the helpless hatchling leave the great green and into the tainted lands close to the hive of its people. What moved you to forego an easy meal? Could there be any benefit in such behavior? Perhaps you yourself do not know. Strange and mysterious is the one song. Your actions are earning you a reputation for compassion and self-sacrifice. 'Tis a new day! Okay, we're not yet at the new events. Let's try for the Wolfseas again. You have found the lair of the clan singers deep in the heart of the Packlands. Most of the hunt is out hunting this day, but they have posted a sentry. Its posture and energy leave absolutely no room for doubt. It is guarding some kind of treasure. Sneaking past it will be impossible, as it is directly blocking the lair. How will you proceed? Ambush it stealthily. You shift your armor's colors to blend in with your surroundings. Circling around, you climb up the opposite side of the lair hill. Your movements are slow, so slow you are barely moving, but you are a patient and accomplished predator. Clan singers have powerful ears and noses, but your expertise has brought you victory. You are within pouncing range of the guard, perched on the hill above it, and it does not know you are there. When the moment is right, you strike. The sentry is shocked by your sudden attack, and its red essence is already upon your claws and fangs before it can properly react. Dazed and wounded, it flees into the green. Soon you hear its summoning song ringing out, calling the clan back to the lair to defend it. You must be swift. Entering the lair, you are dismayed to find no shiny things or rare objects. Look at them, you're so cute! Hello, oh, you're so cute. Instead, you see several hatchlings of the clan singer people. They are redolent with fear, but one of them bravely stands and approaches you. I am Shining Eye, lastborn of the future of the claws of the Spirit Clan. Have you come to destroy us, great Drac? The aroma of their delicious, tender, milk-fed flesh calls to you. Altogether, they would be a very fine meal indeed. They are defenseless, their small fangs and claws not even capable of piercing your armor. How will you answer the hatchling's question? He's brave. Perhaps not. You explain to the younglings that you came here in search of treasure, not food. Shining Eye replies, We are the greatest treasure of the claws of the Spirit Clan. We are the immortality of our people. From our birther creator's body, we draw sacred milk, and from our giver creator's mouth, we receive warm flesh. We flow from them like a river, bringing their songs into the future. There can be no greater treasure, or so they sing. What will you do? Let them live and leave this place. Silently, you withdraw from the lair of the clan singers and hasten into the green, leaving before the clan arrives. When they do, they are relieved and joyous to find their precious treasure still alive and whole. You can hear them raise a song of thanksgiving for their good fortune, the song echoing and twisting joyfully among the trees. Our future lives, love's labor is not lost. Your actions are earning you a reputation for compassion and self-sacrifice. I like that. Another day has passed. Here we go again, motherfuckers. Uh-huh. Sir, that is an innocent tree you have murdered. Prepare to die. The screaming song of a kin tears at the morning air. An invader has come. In accordance with tradition, it states its identity and purpose. I am the leaping bolt from heaven, overbright, overhot, consuming all. I am the dire flame which cripples the night, forcing harsh light upon shadow. I am the blinding blaze, shocking anew. In your mind, you label this brash kin flare. O hatchling who dares claim sacred ground, your tender self is not worthy of these lands. By this tree, which I have blasted to a smoke-bleeding shell, I challenge you for this domain. When son is next born, it shall belong to me. Flee if you value your life, and survive. Keep your flesh unmarred, and seek out a new dwelling. For if you are so foolish as to lay your claws against mine, I shall do to you as I have done here. Such is my song. As you follow the sound of its source, your feathers tremble and rise. Fear courses deliciously through your veins. Upon your arrival, you see that it has blasted an innocent tree into utter destruction. Spilled water, fuck. It maintains threat stance. Yeah, kind of threatening. Slamming its tree into the ground repeatedly. The scent of innocent cinders fans the flames of righteous rage within you. Its mocking song is repeated over and over. The crash of its tail again and again. Remain calm. While fire calls you to action, the patient, humble voice of Earth is strong enough within you to calm the flames of wrath. Observing that Flare has the high ground and is in a strong position, ready for any physical attack, you pause. Your feathers slowly relax, and fear is replaced with more helpful mental weather. You circle around it, taking in its many scars, the sense of many places upon it. This is a nomad, a kin which has not known a permanent home in quite some time. So you are not a complete fool, it sings, its thought song slightly less jagged and more curved now. My truths remain, however. I am strong in both fire and earth. I destroy easily, and am not easily destroyed. You are weaker. Surrender is wise. We're not doing that one. Let's see how strong you really are. Ah, you are fairly strong in fire, stronger than us. You're weaker in earth than us. You're weaker in the rest. Body low to the ground, you slip in and out of Flare's reach quickly, slithering right, then left, then uphill, then down. As Flare reacts to your movements and feints, you successfully assess its abilities. We might succeed on it, but shall we talk smack with talking smack? Summoning up all of your mental strength, you blast the interloper's haughty song back, launching your own against it. Flare's will is strong, and its aggression leaves no space in the air for a retort. But with a mighty roar, you shatter its concentration and force it into a brief silence. Through the sound gap, you sing of your just claim to this holy land. In Flare's mind, you create an image of yourself as the unassailable lord of the Great Green, with your feet steadfast like the roots of ancient trees. The rivers flow with your own essence, the air is your breath, and you are feared and loved by the land. Flare shakes its head, trying to rid its mind of so many images of your dominance. Failing, it launches at you in a rage, but you have successfully shaken its deeper confidence. You have won the dance in spirit, and now only an easier battle of flesh remains. The dance of destruction begins. You cannot retreat from this fight. Stand with pride and fight with honor! He is bracing at the moment. That is fine. Let's go with... What do you do? Mind Scream. Disorient them. Okay. Go into water. Fuck yeah, 2-hit win! A 1-2 punch, we're winning! Oh yeah! That's what you get for fucking around. Now you found out. That's how that goes, right? Flare has been defeated, and forced to look elsewhere for a place to call its own. You have won your first territorial defense. It has left a bit of itself behind. A rather loud crown feather. Its screaming colors will do well to remind you of your victory. This is an appropriately loud... The Screaming Plume. Once belonging to the dumbass who said, "This place is mine," and us coming in and kicking his face in. Like, well, fuck it is. Okay, let's go over here. Let's visit here. I want to visit here. Ah, the bees, it's the buzzy bees. Many are the tiny beings of the Great Green. Most have 6 legs and are clad in colored armor, hopping, fluttering, or marching to fro alone or in harmonious swarms. Though crunchy and tongue-amusing, they are generally much too small to be of notice to a mighty kin. This sun, however, you come upon the golden village of a particularly well-ordered species of tiny beings. Their bodies streaked in sun yellow and night black, you decide to call them honeybuzz, for the sound their wings make and the strange syrupy substance with which they fill their hexagonal homes. All right, hang on. I need to lower that in my headphones. Jesus, that's a little loud in my headphones. Go there. While most such beings have small minds like single sparks of yellow or green or red when angered, and by and large these are no exception, the settlement is home to a more advanced being. One who carries the essence of all the hive within itself, the honey buzz archbirther. It calls out to you, and you are surprised at the complexity and elegance of its mind song. The archbirther requests your help. A lesser lumberer has been attacking the honeybuzz's village and devouring their honey, damaging the walls and killing many of their tiny hatchlings in the process. It claims to know the location of what it calls the useless flower, an object which it believes would be of interest to a kin who seeks treasure. It promises to show you to the useless flower if you can save its wax village from the lumberer. Will you take on this quest? Sure. Finding the lesser lumberer is not so difficult. It is fat and successful, fearing little due to its size and strength. The dance of destruction begins. It's the bare necessities. I don't remember what you focus on. Red? Okay, we'll go with blue. Ah, fuck, you fooled me. We'll go with blue again anyway. Ah, fuck, you got me. It is crippled. It is dead! Alright, bitches, we're back. The fight is vicious, which surprises you. Lumberers often turn away when confronted with true resistance, but it is very fond of the honeybuzz regurgitation, reminder of that, by the way, for some reason. It does not taste good to you at all. Blech. In the end, however, you are victorious. You silence the lumberer, eat much of its flesh, which tastes very good, and leave the useless remainder beneath the honeybuzz settlement as a warning to others. We're full again! The grateful Archbirther dispatches several of her warrior offspring to guide you to your promised prize. A crystal in the shape of a flower, eternally blooming from a small boulder and hidden by many flowers of a more regular kind. You can see why a honeybuzz would find this unliving flower useless, but the kin would call it something else. Treasure. It's pretty. It's a new day. Eee! I love this scene. Look at it. Look at this. Just look at how pretty it is. Just take a peek. Enjoy. And now we move on. It is a hunting moon, and as you bathe in the moonlight outside of your lair and look over your domain, a many-voiced song rises up from the depths of the great green. The clan singers are singing a song of summoning. We call upon the long-necked lord, the firebringer, remnant of before time. If you know honor, come to us. The Spirit Claw clan summons you. You find all of the warriors of the clan waiting for you on a hill at the edge of their territory, facing your lair. As you approach, their giver chief and their birther chief rise. The giver chief speaks first. I am Splits the Knight, who rends the darkness with a clear voice, creator of many and first into danger. This night it is given to me to sing of our grievances with you. But you have not transgressed, no, not once. Never have you earned our condemnation, nor have you shown weakness nor dishonor. My song of blame has no fangs. Their birther chief then comes to the fore. I am Fragrant Spirit, whose essence is pleasing to the Green One, creator of many and source of life. This night it is given to me to sing on your behalf, to count your virtues. You have dealt fairly with our seedling. The bold dispersed you allow to pass and carry our essence to places unknown. Our song and future are strengthened. Great and wonderful is your mystery, for you have spared our future. Our cubs are safe in their den, though you had the power and the moment to destroy them. Though we understand not, we give thanks for your mercy, for the shadow of love we find in you. We perceive that you are not an enemy, but we understand not your ancient mind. Our confusion disturbs us. Why have you shown love and honor to a people not your own? I haven't been able to do this one in a hot minute, actually. Say that you have come to love their people, their clan, more than other good beasts. This sends the clan singers into confusion. Can love, so holy to them, extend between beasts of different kinds? Ah, darn. Great Mother below, Great Father above, we thank you for sending us a Drakkin who loves our people and our music. May it never know parching thirst, nor wasting disease. May it find much meat upon which to feast, and perform the dance of creation many times, with lovers beautiful and strong. They depart, filled with wonder and gratitude. So, the secret one that we had, which apparently we didn't have enough reputation with these guys somehow, again, I've had it like twice in the past, but I haven't been able to do it again. It basically means they ally with you and team up with you for basically the rest of the game. Well, the rest of this part. And they feed you for it! Alright. Is it you? I believe so. Yes, let's do this. On this colder sun's journey, you come upon a small rocky spring. The water is surprisingly warm and clear, allowing you to see the many stones at the bottom. Wisps of steam curl upward from the surface. It all seems deeply inviting. And so you dip your forepaw in tentatively. Is it cold? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it too hot? Or is it just right? Thinking to wash your body in the shallow pool. As you touch the water, you instantly feel another presence. Feathers puffing outward in surprise, you quickly crane your long neck from side to side. Sign to sign, Jesus Christ. Side to side, looking for some hidden beast, but you find nothing. Next, you turn to the spring, and you feel a taint, ruby-tinged presence lying below the stones. In its center, you can see the shimmer of heat. That right there. That one. Right there. Gradually, you realize that this is a subtle being, a spirit of some kind, but it is far weaker than anything you've encountered before, resting just on the edge of perception. It reaches out to you with its mind song, which is gentle and slow. Oh, little kin, you please me greatly, casting your visage upon my surface, touching my body with yours. I've embraced many of your people, proud and powerful, grand and wise. These waters have warmed many, in times now forgotten. Blackburns before they were sun-blessed, tail beasts before they sacrificed their limbs, even before the Drak were the Drak. Here was I was here. Rest within me, share my gift. What will you do? Lower your body into the... You lower yourself into the water. Its sensation of warmth flows over your armor and between your digits. As you enter, the spirit's voice grows slightly in power. Images trickle into your mind. The touch of bodies great and small have I known. Minds deep and shallow have opened to my song. If proven strong of will and heart, I gave my fire to those burning champions. Long have I watched the elements flow, taken up by solid beings. Long have I given myself to new expressions of the all. First, I was a blazing vein of earth, red blood of the great birther given mind. Then I was a boiling lake, dancing with hot air joy from below. Now, with so much given, I am but the memory of flame, a warm puddle. I am dying. But one more turning, this spring will forever cool, and I will be gone. O great kin, I will provide this last warmth, for it is all I have left. Take it, and live, and remember. At this, the spirit falls silent. What will you do? I haven't actually done this one. Use your breath to restore heat to the spring. It will take great effort, but you are willing to exhaust yourself for its sake. A strange feeling arises within your breast. Breasts? Where? Something difficult to describe. A desire to not let this beautiful being fade away without one last dance comes upon you. Is this the mysterious force called compassion? It is simultaneously wonderful and sorrowful. You close your eyes and focus your inner fire, bobbing your head several times to call up more and more fire. Then you dip your muzzle below the waterline and breathe it into the water in heated zones. In your mind, you envision life and power. I don't know if you can hear that, but you go like a little kid blowing bubbles into the pool. You envision life and power flowing out of you and into the dying spirit. Each stone begins to glow brighter and brighter, and tiny pockets of superheated air form on their surfaces. You continue, breathing again and again, until your vision swims and your tail quivers with exhaustion, and still you breathe your own energy outward as fire. Aspire to move beyond your limits for the sake of this ancient giving spirit. Finally, the spring is not merely warm, but truly hot, bubbling constantly of its own power. Satisfied, you raise your head proudly above the water, project a soothing mind song. Fear not, O spirit, I will carry on your legacy. My flames will bring warmth, my song will bring order. I will show this world your passion, I will carry your heat in my core, in my essence. Dance now as in the past, one last time, that you may know joy before the great silence. At this, the spirit's aura grows slowly, sweeping over you, holding you within it. You see the good beasts, which came before and were found worthy, carrying away a sacred fire in their hearts. Blazetails, lumberkin, clan singers, kin, even ancient beings for which you cannot even imagine a name. And at the last, you see yourself among them, for you have proven yourself worthy. The spirit dances, singing a boiling song, reveling in the joy of existence. Eventually, the bubbling slows, and the heat is gradually absorbed by earth and air. At last, the spirit sings, Last of the champions, I entrust you my truth. Give purpose to those with life. Give fire to those without. There is an azure flame, a hidden harmony between fire and water. Sun and earth are one in you, and you share their true essence. May you know this and remember yourself. This final gift, I die. May you blessed. As the spirit feeds you its power, you feel the waters around you grow colder. As the final speck of spirit flame graces your armored body, a chill wind flows across your exposed limbs. Silence. Silence. It is time to carry on your journey, but as you push yourself into an upright stance, your forepaw pushes up against a stone, and you feel a power within it. You have been given a parting gift. There is something sleeping within this stone. Perhaps... It's a new day! It's a foxy fox. You're a foxy tail. You are being followed by a blazetail, a smaller cousin of the clan singers, which none nevertheless... How do words? Of the clan singers, which nevertheless hunts alone. It has fur the color of fire, and its essence, like its body, is lithe and mercurial. It does not seem to be trying to hide from you. Standing brazenly upwind. It is too small to be a serious threat on its own, so you approach it, intending to either chase it away or perhaps to consume it. They are quick and clever, so such hunts rarely succeed, but you can still try. To your surprise, though, it does not shy away as you approach. What are we doing on this, by the way? but begins to sing to you with a piping song of its eyes and mind and a subtle dance, mostly involving motions of its luxurious tail. Questions, questions, beautiful questions hang on the branches of the trees, are strewn on the grasses below, and this one is chosen for you. Why? Why have you chosen to protect that which is not yours? Should you not take what you can when you can? Should you not prey upon all that is weaker than yourself without mercy? Why? Why choose the gentle path? This question rides in my mind. Does an answer exist? It seems that this Blazetail, whom you name Writhing Question, somehow knows that, on a few occasions, you have allowed beings to live which most predators would have destroyed, have chosen not to end life, but instead to support it. Tidings, tidings I bring to a strange kin, values life, even when not its own. Will you open your mind and receive? Are you broad enough within? A small sun-yellow crystal is laid at your feet, and Writhing Question vanishes into the undergrowth. The leaves do not even rustle as it passes. When you touch the stone, your body is frozen. You can only watch, unable to move or even breathe, as veins of sapphire light travel up your forepaw in bizarre right angles. When it reaches your spine, it shoots downward all the way to the tip of your tail and upwards into your eyes, replacing the world with a painful brightness. You begin to panic, certain that you will be destroyed. But a voice washes into your mind like a mighty wave, cool and soothing. Peace to you, beloved. Be calm. This is not an end. This is a beginning. You can no longer feel your body. You are outside of both time and space, held against an essence broad and deep. In fact, before the mighty presence you now find yourself in, you are like a single strange leaf sinking into a vast ocean. You can barely remember what you are, what you were. It threatens to erase everything in its glory. My beloved, essence of my essence, shard of infinity. I have felt it within, growing, flowering. The force that will forge the future, greater than survival, greater even than wisdom. It opens the dreaming door. Eee, that's the name of the studio. Eee, that's a name drop, baby. It is the taking of suffering upon oneself for the sake of others. It is the seeing of oneself in all other beings. It is the joining of all beings into one, the last epiphany. It is compassion, Lord of all virtues. By acting with loving kindness, even when it brings only loss. By seeking peace, even when it is the difficult path. You have proven yourself to be one of my favorite children. Continue to refine your essence with act of selflessness. You will be worthy to join the chosen ones, to forge the future of Earth herself. I grant you my blessing. May you overcome the suffering and darkness of the world, and become a light among the kin to new and beautiful music. Seek me out when you can tread the high halls of air, and your true destiny shall be revealed. When you are at last back in your own body and open your eyes, you feel fine. Better than fine, as though you have been purged of all impurities. If you weren't so filled with fatigue, you would dance and sing in sheer joy at the pleasure of the true song of health, which has been sung to you as a gift. You can still feel a little of the enormous and yet soothing presence, the strange Draken who has blessed you. It lingers, opening new paths in your thoughts. Woohoo! Who? What was that? I feel as though you've been adopted by a being made of light and truth. Oh, we take the treasure. Did it speak truly? Would taking on the sufferings of others and aiding their journeys be somehow advantageous? This could be the beginning of something beautiful and excruciating. Level up, level up. We can now bite toxically. Toxin into your veins, bitch. Alright, we're even tougher, harder to kill. I mean, we're already super hard to kill. There's a secret to that. It's because of a tarot card I have. Let me see if I can get to it. Can I get to it from here? I don't think I can. Maybe? Yes. You get each tarot card with each achievement that you receive. And the one that I have... this one. Makes you very difficult to destroy. Correct. Okay. Let's visit Tempest for... No. We're going to... Not sure. I don't know if we're ready for it. I'm gonna handle this real quick. Today's travel through the green brings you to a scene of suspended chaos. Yeah, that sounds about right. Before you lie signs of a small yet vicious battle. The base of trees scarred by claw and tooth. Dirt ripped from the earth in half-realized piles. Spit and froth coating large chunks of half-chewed tree armor. Though you search for tufts of fur, feathers, or the scent of spilled essence, there are no signs of any injury. If you look at the scene as a whole, you can almost see how the battle unfolded. Each advance and defense as they fought onward into the wood, leaving a trail of oddly clean destruction behind them. You may follow the battle further to its source, or leave the creatures to their combat and do something else this sun. 2 battle-weakened creatures would prove an easy and filling meal. But there is a strangeness here which threatens to be deadly. On the other hand, if you do not investigate, you may never know the truth of the matter. How will you proceed? Follow the odd combat to its source. You steel yourself, push on into the forest. After a short hunt, you reach the source of the devastation. Something's wrong with you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oddly, it is a partnerless dance, a single, lone beast. A greater stinkstrike, panting and drooling, stares blankly at the damage. It turns to you and projects a mind song unnatural and unclear like burning water. Inside it lives, grows, it burns, must share it. Don't want to share it, don't want to obey it, don't fight. Fight, spread, it hurts. Please run, please die. The creature bares its teeth and snaps at you, scratching the ground. It moves erratically, and its body twitches and pulls on itself, as if fighting its own urges. What do you do? Convince the creature to allow you to destroy it. You gently step back, keeping your distance. You feel the pain, despair, and confusion. Whatever is inside this greater stinkstrike is tearing apart both its body and its mind, and the agony must be unbearable. You pour truth outward in song. Good beast, I know your pain, your rage, and your fear. The shadow of destruction lies heavy on you, and you cannot escape. Soon it will claim you. Yet you have one final choice. The wrongness within you hungers for more. It wishes to spread to others, to drive your people, all people, to madness and destruction. Recall the courage of your tribe. Remember the honor of the stinkstrikes, who have driven away mighty foes by their courage alone. Let me bring you a swift and clean end, so that the wrongness shall die here, and your children's children will live in peace, and a great green free of its evil. The power to bring this to a true end lies now with you. Submit to this good destruction, and rest, at last, in peace. Requiesce et pace, however it said. I don't remember. I haven't played it. The only Assassin's Creed I see... Blah, 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 blah. The only Assassin's Creed I played is the second one, so... At this, the stinkstrike's eyes become clearer, less crowded. Swallowing down the chaos, it takes a... It takes a few measured steps in your direction, twists its head to expose its throat, and sings desperately, "Quickly, finish it!" A single motion drives you forward, and you tear the creature's throat open, spraying its essence against a nearby tree. It slumps to the ground, writhes briefly, and then is still. You waste little time, burying the body deep in the great mother's flesh. Finally, you bow your head, committing the noble fur beast to your memory. Even with its mind being eaten away by whatever was inside of it, its spirit was strong enough to submit to your justice, going willingly to destruction so that others might not suffer. Truly, this was a worthy child of the green, and though others may never know of it, many were spared by its sacrifice. In such ways is the world slowly saved every day by the good. Woohoo! More mastery! Give me more, give me more! Okay. Now we do it. Is this? Treasure hunting. We'll do that later. I love... No. We look at this. Look at it. It's so pretty! You have been here before, and yet you have never been here. This place beckons to you, and yet it also terrifies you. For you have come near to the old tree, lair of the spirit of the Great Green, in whose honor they call your part of the Great Green the Spirit Wood. Even the greatest of kin would not enter this place lightly, but still a corner of your soul longs to cross over the boundary from what is to what is. Dare you approach, flesh-clad and temporary as you are? Heed your essence, attempt to reach the heart. I love the growing green lines here. It kind of reminds me of Fern Gully in a way, actually, and that was a fantastic movie, by the way. Robin Williams, you are dearly missed. As you descend into the hollow which cradles the sacred tree, you lose sight of it. The wood becomes a twisting maze of paths, and you cannot seem to find your way forward. All paths lead back to where you belong. Even sun seems to be hidden from you, kept out respectfully yet firmly by the trees, faithful vassals of the Old One. Suddenly, you spy one of the Long-Ear tribe. It stands upright, its ears erect, and yet you smell no fear. Turning, it vanishes into a maze of undergrowth without making a sound. Out of the corner of... Oh, that's right. Out of the corner of your mind, you perceive a soothing rush, like the sound of a stream, and yet you know there are no streams here. Harness the power of water, which rules perception and transformation, and follow the spoor of the Long-Ear. The Long-Ear scent is quite elusive, pulling you in many directions at once. It twists about itself in ways that simply do not make sense. Quieting your mind, you close your eyes and allow your essence to bear you forward. Following the spoor without plan, doubt, or question, you flow through thicket and glade, under fallen trees and through thorns. Occasionally, you lose the scent, but instead of becoming dismayed or frustrated, you let your essence be your guide. Soon you find yourself in a new place, having passed the test of water. The Long-Ear moves forward, and you follow its scent, now very clear. Your core twists within you, terrified and enthralled by the fact that you are drawing closer to the unknown. Suddenly, you scent a young woodstrider, a mere hatchling of its kind, hidden nearby. It is so young, so tender, so alone and unguarded. You realize that you are salivating heavily. Ignore the woodstrider and follow the Long-Ear. The scent of the woodstrider is tempting, but you have the patience, the will, not to be distracted. It is a meal, nothing more. There are many such in the Great Green. The Long-Ear, however, is leading you to the true unity. You follow its trail, which is beginning to shine in your mind like flecks of mica dancing in the air. Mica? Oh, what's this? The trail of the Long-Ear leads you to a small, rocky pass. The only way forward is barred by a gigantic boulder. The Long-Ear slipped under and around it easily. Aw, man. Too fat for that. But you are too large, and your attempts to climb it meet with failure. What will you do? Use your great strength to overcome the barrier. You have come too far now to be stopped by unliving circumstance. Summoning all of your passion and desire to continue, you slam your strong body into the stone. Even a hillback would be unable to move it, but you are Drakkin, greatest of the children of above and below, and you will not be denied. You will move forward, and you will overcome any who stand in your way. The inner fire burns, the boulder succumbs to your passion, falling away and revealing the path ahead. Not so small now. What is this? What the fuck? God, you're tall. Here, the boughs form a series of gates, and as you pass through each of them, you feel as though the solid, factual parts of yourself are being stripped away, leaving only the intangible and eternal. The long here is waiting here for you. It is impossibly huge. I am the liminal. I stand at the gateway, and I am the gateway. This is the lair of the spirit of the Great Green. Only those who have seen it in their hearts may enter. If you truly know the Great Green, if you truly understand its spirit, then bring to me one of its fangs. This is the price of entry. Solve the spirit's riddle. You inform the liminal that you have already brought it one of the fangs of the spirit of the Great Green. For behold, as the trees are its feathers and the grass its fur, the streams and rivers are its essence and the stones are its bones, the Drakkin have been from ancient days the very fangs of the Great Green. In the name of the great wheel which the spirit represents, your people have slain and devoured and broken down and consumed and protected and have been fair and fearsome. As fangs destroy so that the body may receive nourishment, so you are the greatest of the destroyers, and all of your victims have returned to the spirit, the source of life, you. The liminal bows its head and lowers its eyes, acknowledging your victory, and you move through it to the heart, the very core of the Great Green. See? It's fucking Ferngully. Look at this thing. It's fucking Ferngully. You have, at last, reached the Old One, tree vessel of the spirit of the Great Green. It was the very first of its kind, the beginning of the green, and like the spirit, it has died and been reborn within itself many times. That origin, that center, calls you, and you enter into it. Almost immediately, you are filled with a strange heaviness, and your body drifts into a deep sleep. In that place, on the shoals of the dreaming, you encounter the spirit. It sings to you, writing sigils which burn with painful joy in your mind. Beloved hatchling, scion of the Drakkin, fang of the Great Green, I grant you my blessing. May you walk in the shadow of destruction, and may you be the shadow. May you bask in the light of creation, and may you be the light. I name you my messenger. Wherever, whenever you exist, the power of life shall shine forth, and others shall fear and rejoice. Punish and reward, destroy and create as your sacred instincts guide you. But see not only what is before you. See all as one, and let your power bring balance to the Great Green. Destroy that which has grown too great, and preserve that which threatens to pass away forever. For I delight in the songs of all of my children. Already you have begun to realize the power of dreams, the gateway to all possibilities. All that exists in flesh was first conceived in the subtle realm. You have begun to open the dreaming door, by which all things are attainable, all possibilities realized. I grant you the friendship of the 4 pillars of the One Song. May air, water, fire, and earth be with you always, and their truths. When you were in the chamber, I was there. When you emerged, I was there. And now, as you return, know that I am with you, even unto the uttermost end. You don't want it to end. Here in this place, all of your doubts and fears have faded away and been replaced with a flowing, wordless wisdom. Slowly, however, You begin to feel yourself sliding back into your familiar body in the world of hard and decaying things. We had a spirit trip! Those mushrooms were really, really fucking strong. Whoa, woof. I told you guys not to buy those cans again. You yawn, stretching out your neck, legs, and tail in succession. Sun is dying, and it is time for you to leave. As you return to your lair, you feel as though something has changed within you, though. No matter what happens after this, you will carry with you a special kind of treasure. You were, for a time, in the presence of something greater than yourself. That deep knowledge of what is will never fade away. Wherever you go, a part of you will always be sleeping beneath the old tree. Next, we're going to go take care of an evil spirit. Level up our power. We get stronger. We're so good at things. Next, we are going to take care of an evil spirit. It's like Phasmophobia, except better because I don't get scared. I mean, what? Wiggity, wiggity, what? What the fuck are you? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck are you doing? If you look closely, you can see what's going on. Have a listen. It sounds great, right? The ruins of life, torn open and hollowed. The Woodstriders, beloved children of the green, flayed, tortured, disemboweled while still living. Destruction must have been a blessing when it finally came. What would do this? You will never forget the smell of this place, and the thing which has built this lair monument to pain and fear. It is one body, yet more than one essence. The scents and spirit traces of the tailless and something like a great slide claw are both strong here, but all of them are in agony and yet refuse to leave, bound like a bleeding wound upon what is. You have never witnessed it before, and were not even sure it existed, but there is only one sigil which describes what you have found here. Evil. Every villain is lemons. This thing should not exist. You can feel great Earth's terror and deep outrage at its presence. It batters your soul, and you realize that you are trembling. You want to flee far away, and never return to this place. Will you stay and face this monstrosity? In what may be the bravest moment of your life thus far, you stand your ground. You attempt to send out a greeting, but it gets caught inside of you. Still, the nameless thing hears you, or perhaps smells you, slowly turns to face you.
Welcome to a home of rebirth, honored Jack-kin. We are the last who will be first, the remnant which makes all things new. We apologize, but we cannot give up any of the bodies of our beautiful shining prey. They are needed. Still, if it amuses you, we shall sing with you. We are starving for conversation.
What will you do? You do not want to do this. You do not want to be here. It hurts. Ask the thing what it is. We are the essence of the
Blade Fang people. For turnings beyond memory, our great and proud people hunted and roamed in the land beyond the Great Blue. We were warriors without peer who bathed in the essence of our prey and our enemies. Destruction was our favorite amusement. We painted the land with blend with the inner colors of many good beasts. Our fangs were like trees, piercing even the hides of the great long noses, whose heavy feet sundered the flesh with every step. We feared none. It is said that the first of our people was so mighty it competed only with the Draken. It even slew a kin who dared to challenge it. Though the kin was strong, it tore the first muzzle off before it was silenced. Now Toothless the first ripped out 2 of the Drak's mighty claws and shoved them into its bleeding face, where they took root and became the great fangs for which we were known.
What will you do? You do not want to do this. You do not want to be here. It hurts. Its song is like claws slowly pulling you apart. Ask it what it wants here.
We are in the process of rebirth. The great beasts we hunted grew few as the land shed its icy skin through many turnings. Sun taunted us from the too warm sky, and we became broken, desolate, unmany. At last the tailless, foul seed of the others arose, destroying our long-nosed prey, hurting the last few of us wormwards. In the end, all of the Blade Fang people were destroyed. There were no birthers, no givers, no siblings, no trace of the music of our glorious and violent way. The last of us was destroyed by the No-Tails, and the final silence descended upon us. We were called back to the source, to cold infinity.
The thing grips its stained, false fangs tightly and grinds its teeth.
But we will not follow. The song of the Blade Fang people shall not perish from earth. When the last was destroyed, the essence of all our people clung to the tailless warrior who silenced us, filled this twisted flesh lair with all of our hatred, our disobedience, our refusal to fade away. We forced this body to seek out the spirit wood, the heart of the great green, where the hard laws are weak and hidden things are strong. Even the great blue we have defeated, crossing over it by cold-word ice paths.
What will you do? You do not want to know this. Please do not ask it. How can one body, one essence, become another? How will the thing resurrect those who are entirely gone?
All things are possible for those with the will to defy the great powers. We have rejected Earth and Sun and cursed them for allowing this to befall our great people. We are filled with inspiration to mar and break what has come before. We have learned to find amusement in suffering, joy in the confusion of our prey as we slowly peel them apart, without and within. We will merge and fill this vessel and be reborn. We have had some success. By replacing the skin of this tailless abomination with that of one of our relations, we began the process of remaking it into one of us. Still, its body and essence resist us. We have done many dark dances, many screaming songs to break the laws of reality and complete our rebirth. One hope alone remains. The purest essence, that of the Woodstriders, can serve to complete our holy change. But...
Suddenly enraged, the thing shatters a nearby Woodstrider skull with its paw fang.
They defy us! We cannot hold their essence. First the givers, then the birthers, then the young. We have stripped them all of flesh, but their true essence slips through us, turns to dry crust on our paws, on the ground. They beg us with desperate eyes to stop, that what we wish is impossible, but we ignore their pleas, their lies.
The thing shows all of its teeth. It is supposed to be a gesture of joy, which makes it all the more awful.
But do not fear, noblekin. We will be reborn, with time and much essence. So very much essence. So very, very much.
You can no longer bear it. The earth beneath your feet seems to be wailing. This is worse than the tailless. a violation of a truer law even than destruction and creation. Both of those great and noble forces are being tortured and mocked here. You could simply destroy this abomination, but it is no longer a tailless nor a blade fang, and you have no idea whether you are powerful enough to defeat it. You have heard, however, that there are special defenses against beings such as this, whom reality itself hates. You may know where to begin, but it will take many suns. But this must end. Simply by existing, this thing is staining the land. Earth must be healed. You are her mighty offspring, and know this in the depths of your being. What is your decision? Go on an essence quest to discover how to banish this thing to the void. This will take 3 suns. You retreat from that place, and make your way to the heart of the green, where the spirit dwells. Letting your body sleep, but your mind soar, you beg the spirit for a sign. How can the thing be separated and undone? It takes 3 suns, but at last your preparations are complete. You have searched for several things which may help. I've meditated in the deep green and danced under the stars to prepare yourself for this ordeal. Now, you must return to the cursed lair. Look at this mess. Clean this shit up. The thing is still there, trying vainly to extract the noble essence of the wood straters from their tormented bodies. You use a sacred substance which flows from Earth itself, called salt. We're getting salty in here now, boys! Oh, I just realized that, goddamn. To put up a barrier, protecting yourself from the toxic spirit. Imbibing certain secret things, you open up your essential eye, which sees what is hidden. Cross over to the shadow of the world, the hidden land. You can now smell and touch the very essence of the Blade Fang people. All that they are or have ever been is exposed. Naked to you. Naked. Yep. How will you... Consume with your spirit fire. Swim into the sea of spirits to find their hidden heart, heal and cleanse, or put to rest once and for all. I don't know which one I want to do. Rolling a dice. Dice roller. We'll do a 1d4. All right. Heal and cleanse the spirits. All of the destruction and pollution caused by the thing is occurring for only one reason. You are strong enough to endure what must now happen. You ask clearly and calmly why they are hurting so many. Why they are staining the Great Mother with darkness and poison.
Because they are to blame. Sun and earth changed and took everything from us. The tailors destroyed our last. They are to blame. Let them suffer. Let them all suffer.
No, you state simply and clearly. That is a lie. The spirits rail against you, assault you in every way they can, but you are like a snow-capped peak, unmovable, different. You let their bitterness crash against you again and again and endure, and ask again, why do you do this?
It is not our fault. We have not failed. We cannot fail. We are the bravest and strongest of all beasts. This cannot be our fault. Stop doing this to us. Do not question our righteousness. We are the victims. It is not our fault.
They attack you again and again and again and again. You calmly weather the storm, calling on the earth within you. Why are they doing this? Why? You do not let them escape the question.
Please stop. Do not make us look at this. Do not make us smell the truth. We cannot be near it. It freeze burns. It sickens us. Have mercy on us, and do not make us understand. It is much better to be ignorant, to believe that we are right.
Still, you hold on. Why, you ask? Why?
We are warriors, and warriors do not fear anything. We have faced Drac in our might. We are not cowards. We are not.
For the last time, you ask the questions, and with no shadows left to hide within, the answer arrives at last.
'Cause we are afraid.
This at last is the truth. And having reached it, the spirits begin to release their hold on reality and rise. Like a lost cub, they feared destruction and railed against it. They had disguised the true cause of their actions, even to their own minds, by calling it justice and revenge. But it was never anything more than fear, and now they remember, Blade Fangs do not fear. Finally, the last of the unclean spirits rises, purified into the air. The tailless body they plagued collapses. You close your essence eye and return to normal reality. Sun is dying, painting the green gold, and you sing a last benediction for the fallen Bladesangs. Bladesangs? Bladefangs. They were warriors. Brave, brave warriors. The unclean ones are gone. Where there was once a thing, a tailless giver lies here unconscious. Its body and essence are once again its own. Well, what to do with it? Leave it alone and depart. When it awakens, the no-tail leaves. Even as bizarre and other as the tailless are, you hope that this one has no memory of what happened here, what happened inside of it. Truly, no being should suffer so. This entire affair was a tragedy. But at least you have ended it. Perhaps the no-tail will survive and rejoin its kind. Or perhaps it will be destroyed by the Great Green. Either way, you have rescued it from a terrible fate and set it back on the Great Circle where it and everything belongs. It is over. At last, it is over. You leave that lifeless hollow, never to return. The Blade Fang people are now gone. What you did was right and good. You bathe your whole body in a pure spring of water to purge yourself of the horrible pollution. It is quite some time before you feel clean again inside. You may never fully understand what happened in that place, but there are some things which are better left unknown. Yep. We should have somebody challenging us pretty soon. Ah, yes, we need you. The stain has been removed, but still you dream of fire feasting on the green, of hunting grounds burned away and a land left desolate. One night, as you are exploring along the warm-ward boundary of the Spirit Wood, you sense it. You cannot see, hear, or smell it, but you know that it is here. You are in the presence of the spirit of the Wood Strider people. It is small and weak, the shadow of far greater beings, and yet it is altogether beautiful. It gently holds the future of the great green in its mouth. Without it, the fire will come, the destruction shall be great. It sings to you, with a song beyond both words and sigils. What it sings must not be blasphemed by attempting to reproduce it, for it is of such tenderness that it would shatter if it were forced to stand in any one place for very long. But it is waiting. It must be called, oh no, lowercase after a period, ruined, do not play this game, ruined, ending the stream now. It must be called by its true nature, its true title, its one true name. How shall you address it? As a sovereign. Humble yourself before it and admit that it is greater than you. Surely that was an error. You do not truly mean to debase yourself before a mere fur beast, do you? I do. There is no kin upon the great and giving body of earth who would openly admit that a fur beast, even a whole tribe of them, is superior. That cannot be true. Submitting in such a way to even another Drac, no matter how strong, would be a stain upon one's honor and reputation for the rest of one's days. None would do the dance of creation with such a weak kin. Are you truly willing to be called servile and debased and other terrible names merely to save some unvoiced trees and lesser beasts from fire? Beings who would perish from time's predations if not to honorable fire? Yes, I will do what others will not. The spirit of dignity whispers in your ear.
In the chamber which was made of love, before you emerged into this world, you were taught that the kin are the greatest of the children of earth and sun. Would you insult your creator by throwing this truth away? These beasts, the wood striders.
Is this good for you, ASMR lovers? Is this good? Let me know. Mention it in the chat. Is this good?
The wood striders are but flesh to feast upon for the cleansingers, who openly acknowledge the kin as mightier. They are leaf pickers and grass chewers. There is an order to the one song, and your place in it is high. Much of your authority rests upon the fact that the kin do not suffer equals, let alone superiors, among beasts. Do not betray your honorable ancestors. If you admit inferiority, you and all Drac shall be ashamed of it forever. You are far too important for this. Sometimes the best thing to do is simply to leave. Leave this place now, before you do something very, very wrong.
Bow down to the wood strider people. You are not dignity, sing to the voice. You are but hollow arrogance. And with that simple naming of its true self, the voice is defeated and vanishes from your mind. Now it is time for you to summon the gentle wood striders, who give of their flesh and their safety and their lives so that the green may be truly great by acknowledging what they are. Belly scales dragging the dead leaves, dirt and bits of tree skin, crawl forward slowly, head lowered. When you are directly in front of the envoy, you slowly turn over, exposing the vulnerable underside of your throat. It is the ultimate gesture of submission, placing your entire life in the care of another. The envoy silently walked toward you, and then through you and past you into your domain. The light and the great vision fades away, but you are left with the knowledge that its people will follow it. Soon, the spirit wood will become a throne to those who have never tried to be first, and so have become the true bearers of the crown. Leaf by leaf and plant by plant, they will reduce that which has grown too great, and the future you saw in your dream will never come to pass. You have defeated stern fate. Some Drac may sing about how you dare to suggest that the kin were not the ultimate form of life on this world, and your reputation may suffer, but you have had the wisdom to see why the Great Green itself has given the Woodstriders the crown. They have lost themselves in humble service and found a great treasure indeed. They are the mate of the Green itself, caring silently for it forever. Exceedingly great are they, truly great among beasts. Because of your willingness to do the unthinkable, to see the sovereign hidden within the servant, your land will grow strong. Many will live because of your sacrifice. No? Okay. Earth power! Immune to poison and disease. Ah, yeah. What's our food situation? Yeah, we're fine. Let us visit Tempest. I mean, go here to visit person we've never met. The Empire of Reeds. In the mind song of the good beasts of the Great Green, that is the name given to this place. Grasskin dominate the land for Sun's journey warmwards from here. Heartstone becomes rare, replaced by a soft reality of water, sweet muck, and life in tremendous variety and volume. Stately spearbills wade between tiny islands. Waterbound creatures swarm in the shallows. Hard-shelled claw snaps ply the mud, and larger creatures of many kinds visit to graze, drink, bathe, and hunt. Of course, this lush territory would not be without a direct to claim it. You stand now at the boundary, scent marked by the kin whose home this is. What will you do? Announce your presence, as tradition demands. You sing a song of annunciation. The mighty rush of air from your voice startles nearby feather beasts, sending them skyward. Soon afterward, a kin appears, one of the Sapphire clan, who have power wherever water rules. It is capable of flight, judging by the size of its wings, but still young for an adult, perhaps only 100 turnings old. A turning, by the way, is basically a year. But look at this. So pretty. Its mind song is fluid and graceful, starting with small shapes and then expanding images and emotions outward in all directions. I am the slow, hidden current which builds to a crushing wave. I am the patient breeze which rises to a tempest. I am the Reed Lord. How will you address Tempest, the Reed Lord? Introduce yourself and say that you have come to acknowledge Tempest's territory, asking in return that it acknowledge yours. Tempest listens to your introduction patiently, and after briefly considering, answers, So shall it be. I have little interest in the cold word Dryskin, and furthermore, that land is overblessed. The spirit of the Great Green lives close by. To claim it as territory, as you have done, is perilous and presumptuous. Here, where water and life are plentiful, is the home of my choosing. Remain far from my empire, and I shall mirror your inaction. And we're done here. We could do all those other things, but not today. More stuff! We should have another challenge soon. We are going to visit another dragon. I mean, Drakenkin. Ooh, it's nice and foggy. You have heard of this place in the songs of the local good beasts. Here, where the land rises, is a territory called the Skyward Reach. You are standing at the boundary mark left by its kin ruler, a sign invisible to the eye, but all too clear to the nose and tongue. Tradition demands that you either turn aside and leave or announce your presence. What will you do? Announce your presence and seek a meeting with the kin whose domain this is. Your song of annunciation echoes about the low hills, but even after many, many breaths, no response arrives. Tradition dictates that if an announcement goes without response, the announcer is given leave to enter the territory without dishonor. Do so? Yes. Cautiously, you enter the reach. In short order, you come across the scent trail of a wounded Surefoot. With the possibilities of further exploration and an easy meal thus unified, you follow the trail until... Oh no! It's Team Rocket's at it again! Here we go again. Oh, come on! Incredibly, the ground itself has betrayed you. You had barely crossed the boundary when the soil and grass gave way, dumping you into an earthen pit. The sides are too smooth to climb, and digging out seems your only option. Even if you had working wings, there would not be enough room here to spread them and take flight. You have barely begun to dig when the face of a ruby kin appears at the top of the pit. I am the claimer of hidden riches, the finder of new pathways. I am the one who learns from the spinning weaver, the one who waits for the gain, who turns the land to my service. I am the maker of hostile lairs for unwilling guests. Its song is soft and smug, rife with the knowledge that it is looking down on you from a higher place. In your mind, a name arises. Vantage. A good name for this one who seeks to find a position of superiority from which to deal with others. Your prospects would be grim if Vantage sought your destruction. It settles down at the edge of the pit in a relaxed position, though, and yawns widely. This serves as both a display of benign disinterest in fighting and a warning. Those teeth look rather sharp, and the breath of the ruby kin a clan to which Vantage obviously belongs, is known to be the fiercest and most deadly of all the Drak. What will you do? Introduce yourself. You begin to inform Vantage of your identity and place of origin, but are interrupted. I know of you, the youngling from the Spirit Wood. Your claim went unchallenged because few would dare to lay their treasure down so near to the Green One. It claims life and death alike, cannot be controlled, perilously sacred, and sacredly perilous. Ignorant, desperate, or foolish, I can hardly decide which to name you. What will you do? Ask for mutual acceptance of each other's territory. To claim the land near the very spirit of the Great Green is either foolishly dangerous or dangerously foolish. I have no intention of invading such a space. Vantage falls silent, but your request seems to have been obliquely approved. Vantage will not trouble your lands for the near future. Ask why it has trapped you. I wish to learn of your way. You are one who follows tradition. Your seeking formal parley made that clear. I left your greeting song without reply. Are you one who treats emptiness as something to be explored or something to be shunned? The former, it seemed. Now I am still learning of you. With every action, every breath, you give more of yourself away. Ask to be allowed to leave. Vantage yawns again. Very well. It seems there is nothing amusing to be gained. Do not return, unless with a more interesting intention. It turns away. Shortly after, part of the pit collapses, creating an egress. An accident, or did Vantage somehow cause it? Soon, you are safely back in your own territory. It seems as though the skyward reach is off limits, for now. Perhaps one day, when you are stronger, you could challenge Vantage for it. It will undoubtedly be an interesting gambit. All this talking makes me thirsty. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go. Here we go. You hear a sudden challenge travel through the afternoon air. Behold, the flower of earth has come. Our magnanimous patron challenges the holder of these lands. Stand before the one who rises and prepare for vagrancy. You are certainly being summoned to defend your territory, but there is something very strange. Voice is not that of a Drak. Greetings, Drak! You stand now before the fabulous, marvelous, transcendent, magnificent, rising flower of earth opening into beautiful maturity. You decided to call it Bloom. I speak with the voice of our enlightened master. Earth has revealed to our patron's advanced mind that this land, the Spirit Wood, is destined to be our home. Soon the green shall be transformed into a bastion for our prophet and liege, and all who wisely worship this pure and perfect mystagogue. That was actually kind of hard to read just because of the font. If you are so cursed and miserably foolish as to stand in the way of perfection given flesh, state your terms of defense, but beware! Would you make a challenge of battle, all of these warriors you see are one with the master, and will all fight you together. Against such unity, you have no hope. If we had gotten the wolves on our side, this wouldn't be an issue at all. But we have other means, so I'm not too worried. This guy's gonna be a bitch. A challenge of the mind. All of us are one in thought. What riddle will you pose that one of the many will not know? You are already defeated. Depart with grace, and let not violence mar the wedding of this land to its rightful overlord. I'm not making that sound again. There is a hidden option. See? This one. Let's ask questions. Being fairly certain that Earth has not appointed this or anyone kin to speak for her, you question the assertion that Bloom is her prophet. The herald replies, Behold, another prophecy fulfilled, and our prescient lord's benefits. Were we not told this very sun that the Drak of these lands would malign our master's status and question our faith? Great opening flower in our rising feeds us, protects us, makes new paths. How like earth, a great birther it is. Some of us were slaves to the tailless, but the exalted one took us in. Some were outcasts from their tribe, doomed to destruction.
Oh, you found a light by which to see, a fragrant breeze to ascend. How could any not sent by a great power have done such things? Verily, our patron is all-knowing, all-hearing, all-scenting, incapable of error.
Ooh. Call. Bloom has certainly armed its sycophants with a variety of counters to any suggestion of its imperfection. Many revolve around their placing the burden of disproof upon you, relying on the simple fact that one cannot conclusively prove the absence of anything, including even the most far-fetched assertions. They have also made a virtue out of gullibility. Normally, believe if in something so bizarre as a drac knowing literally everything and being sent by Earth herself would be called stupid or insane, but in this one special case, believing in the unlikely is judged to be a positive attribute, something which they call faith. Earth is, as usual, unwilling to weigh in on the conversation herself, which they interpret as a tacit approval of what they are singing. Conveniently. Wisely, however, you avoid making any declarations of falsehood outright. Instead, you engage in respectful conversation. You guide the beast's thoughts to one thing, and then another, and in the end, it all comes down to the color of the leaf you hold in your claws. Bloom counters cleverly. Each animal says that it is a different leafy color, and if any of them are correct, you must accept that Bloom was correct, by the logic that they all speak for Bloom. They are shocked when you open your forepaw and show that it is not any kind of leaf at all, but a gray stone. It seems that Bloom could not even tell what was right in front of it. Bloom's disciples do not know what to make of it. Their fervor to face you in battle is lessened. Bloom is deeply insulted by this, and steps forward, shoving past its followers to face you personally. Its honor is at stake. The dance of destruction begins between the two of you. This guy's fucking easy mode.
Our exalted leader paused and gathered up all of its power, prepared to reduce its foe to ash.
Ah, ash you say. Water. First strike win, baby. Aw, yeah. Suck it, bitch.
It's faith. It's faith. You just have to have faith.
Yeah, fuck off. Hang on a second. Yeah. Bloom has been defeated and driven away. Victory is yours once more, as is another feather token of your power. As it passes out of your territory, you hear Bloom's herald announce,
Bravely, bravely ran away. Bravely, bravely ran away.
Most good beasts, however, are quite aware of the truth. You have crushed another invader. The spirit wood, heart of the great green, remains yours and yours alone. Popped up.
Aw, yeah.
How many days do we have left in this session? Okay, we have a few. Yeah, we should be good. I'm actually going to be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back! I'm sure nobody missed me, but that's okay. We can visit this dragon real quick.
Oh, it's so pretty. Look at it.
Following the shallow river, which runs through the Spirit Wood to the Great Blue, come upon a clearly, and frequently, marked scent boundary. One of the kin claims this green and pleasant land as its territory. Known as the River Wood for its harmonious combination of plants and fresh, clean water. Plants of every kind are abundant here, and beasts as well. Hunting here would probably be very easy, but to hunt in another kin's territory without first announcing oneself would be a breach of custom. What will you do? Sing a song of annunciation. Your song has been barely echoed through the trees when a young adult kid appears. It is one of your own Emerald clan, and a rather stunning specimen. You're looking real pretty there, sir. As they say. I am the arranger of proper order. My correctness shines unabated. It pauses briefly to smooth out its chest feathers, making certain none are out of place, and preens its crest before continuing. I am the picture of things in place, the one who remembers forgotten distances. I am the lord and keeper of the riverwood, preserver of the perfect dements? Why they would just throw random fucking Spanish in here that I can't read. This kin seems rather proud of its custodianship of the region. In your mind, name it Warden. Picks through the feathers of its right wing, examining them as it waits for you to state your business. What will you do? Acknowledge Warden's territory. Before I respond, answer what defines beauty. Functionality. Function is but a necessity of the current imperfect moment. Once all has been properly arranged, all the world shall be beautifully static, frozen in permanent completion, with nothing more to add or take away. One must spell past function to what it illuminates, the beauty of perfect order. Have you not seen the stars in the night sky? Some are bright and some dim, but they all have their place. The dance is so perfect that it has become fixed, a moving stasis. We too could be like they are, immutable, immortal. I endeavored to make my territory a monument to order, with not even a leaf or stone out of place. It has not been easy, and chaos constantly menaces, but one day I will have the perfect territory. Now sing of my way. Is it not good? Is it not just? I have sacrificed many suns, even moons and turnings, to my pursuit of perfection. Can you deny its result? Is my territory not the most beautiful? Disagree on practical grounds. Good though it may be, Warden's objectives can never truly be realized. True perfection is simply unachievable. Warren's feathers fluff outward menacingly. Pessimism is not welcome here. True, none have yet achieved perfection, but if we refrain from trying, it will forever remain outside of our reach. My work is simultaneously ancient and innovative. Seems you can see beauty, but you are not capable of striving for it. This is disappointing. If you will not acknowledge my correctness, then I will offer no acknowledgement of your territorial claim. I will continue to hunt in your territory when I will. Though you have displeased Warden by speaking your truth against its bizarre way, other kin may be impressed by your courage and rectitude. What will you do? Ask Warden about the no-tails. You have heard that some dwell near Warden's land. Those filthy, degenerate other spawn. It huffs, lashing its tail back and forth. They creep about the periphery of my lands and disturb my order. I have made certain that none who enter my territory leave alive. They do not belong here, and as long as they remain, order is threatened. Their pollution, their chaos, is inextricable from their natures. In the end, however, they are nothing but other spawn and easily destroyed. Such pitiful, weak, twisted things are not worth another moment of consideration. We defile our songs merely by thinking about those disgusting droppings of the defilers of long ago. What will you do? Go home. Warden turns away from you by way of dismissal. I encourage you to embrace order and perfection. They alone shall lead the way to the future of the kin. Unless you are bold or foolish enough to challenge me for my territory, I wish you well. As you leave, you note that Warden's territory is indeed very beautiful in a way, but it is so rigid, so intentional as to be almost disquieting. You wonder if the spirit of the Great Green truly wants such a thing as perfection.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
Well, actually, it doesn't give a shit, but... For water power! This makes hunting easier, basically. We should hunt fairly soon. Let's go here. Actually, let's go here. You find yourself walking along the high edge of the Spirit Wood, where Earth's flesh wrinkles and folds into slopes and ravines. Here you come across a curious place where the land seems to have recently come loose, sliding downhill like water. You move over the soft, fresh ground, feeling the damp soil through your paws. Suddenly, you are surprised by a muffled yet desperate song. A stone nearby shifts slightly. Giving it a wide berth, you circle around, smelling and tasting the air, and you discover that the stone is blocking a small alcove inside which a creature is trapped, a surefoot birther, and carrying young by the smell of it. It sings a plaintive song of succor, calling on others of its kind to come to its aid. You taste essence on the air. It is lightly injured, probably in the landslide, and has been trapped here for at least a sun. You scent no others of its kind anywhere near. With your strong talons and flexible body, it may be possible to move the stone. A trapped young heavy creature would prove a lavish and filling meal for a hungry kin. Having smelled you near, the surefoot is now silent and afraid. It knows that its flesh is savory and nourishing. What will you do? Dig the surefoot out, but do not consume it. We could gain a lot of energy, but we will not. With your powerful claws, you easily rip the unsettled soil from the base of the dirt prison. You claw and heave, leaving a mound of earth behind you. Finally, you are able to reach the bottom of the boulder. Setting all four paws to the earth, you apply your body to its base, shoving hard against the stone. The surefoot cowers, unsure of what to do as you labor for its sake. You pull all of your inner fire into one final heave, and the boulder capitulates at last, settling into a new position. The opening it makes is only a head length or so. That is enough for the surefoot to squeeze through. You back away, settle to the ground in an unthreatening position, head up and looking slightly away, lying on your side. The surefoot emerges, cautious and blinking, into the light. It is hobbling slightly, but the wound is not deep and will heal before the next moon. When it sees your peaceful demeanor, it bows its head, and sings a song of thanksgiving. Though I understand not your purpose, this son have my people been given a gift, a birther saved by one of the ancient kin. I did not warrant a mighty drac using its great strength for my simple life. When I return to my clan, a new story will be told. The Drakkin shall grow in fame and in mystery both. It departs, and you are free again to wander the valley slopes. Time will tell whether your decision to pass up an easy meal was wise. I think we can do one or two more events, and then we have to go hunting. Let's do this event real quick. Oh boy, it's a real party up here. It's a real party. On this new sun, the Great Green takes you to an ancient tree, large in stature and rife with feather beast and fur beast. As you approach, a tree tail sings to you for aid with a frantic song. They mar, they break, they maim, scarring the skin of our sacred home, feasting upon the tiny children of the green, the feather beasts, the bark borers, the defilers. We struggle to defend our sacred tree from these ruinous invaders, but the fire of destruction lives within you, great Green. Aid us now, destroy the bark borers. We will pay in shiny stones. Before you have time to decide, a bark borer sings out as well, his song full of garnet frustration.
They starve us, drive us from our prey, zealots, raving madness and righteousness, the fur beasts, the tree tails, the fanatics. We struggle to survive in the midst of their fervor, but the gift of destruction is yours to bestow, O kin. Aid us now, destroy the tree tails, we will repay you with knowledge, for we are unbound, and have gathered small secrets to ourselves.
What is your will? Threaten to destroy the great tree itself with your flaming breath. Alright, listen here, motherfuckers. You're gonna get along, or I'm gonna destroy the whole thing and just be done with this shit. You inhale deeply, shaping the fire within. As the pure flame licks the edges of your maw, you cast out your song. Hear me now, lesser beasts. This kin has no time for petty quarrels. If this flame matures, the great tree follows, and your audacious interruptions with it. Losing the trees in the interest of neither party, and their frustration with each other is quelled by their fear. As you listen, their songs become more harmonious, unified in apologizing for disturbing you with their foolish interests and begging you not to destroy their livelihood, promising to share the tree with each other if only you will show mercy. Accept their apology and spare the tree. As you allow the fire seed to move slowly back down your long neck and into your gullet, the beastlings reach a quick consensus. The tree tails will use their gentler paws to collect food for the bark borers. This way the tree may stay healthy and the bark borers fed. Having brought peace through the shadow of destruction, you continue on your way with dignity and pride. You have gained no treasure, but your wise resolution of the dispute will not go unnoticed by others.
It's another day.
We survived another day.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one, and then we can, No, let's go ahead and do a quick hunt. Let's go here for a hunt. Go hillback. I'm not too worried about getting this because our sheer skill in water allows us a lot of flexibility here. Our prey yet lives.
Kill it, eat it, nom nom nom.
I don't remember what you're good at.
One hit kill. One hit kill. One hit kill.
This was worthy prey even the largest kin, and you can't keep your tail from curling with pride as you died upon its voluminous body. Its shaggy pelt seems worth bringing back to your lair as a reminder of this fine repast. You have gained a lot of energy. Let's go with a moderately sized feather beast with a predatory scent. It's an owl! Your keen senses have revealed the presence of a night skyclaw. Hello. You can't see me. I'm sneaky.
Hum nom nom nom.
And we got some shiny things.
We are dragon. We like shiny things. How many do we have? 115? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. This part I love. Let's go with this one. A great grazer. Also known as, bull.
We're going to feast well tonight, boys.
All right, give it a little longer. Hang on. We gotta really teach this fucker a lesson. Hey, listen, fucker. Listen. Listen, Linda. You're gonna burn. You are proving annoying. I'll skip incinerate. I don't need to incinerate it. You've gained some energy. Alright, that's enough for that day. Let us make a treasure. Look at this. It's so pretty! One son, you come across the foot corpse of a mighty tree which fell some turnings ago. This would not, of itself, be remarkable, but it is surrounded by a strange taste in the air. Looking closer, you are astounded to find that thousands of strange, minuscule beings have made the stump their home, and not just any home. Gleaming towers rise like diamond fangs from crystal pathways streaked with shinestone. The denizens are engaged in inscrutable activities whose purposes you cannot easily comprehend. It is not like nothing you have ever sensed. It is other, though not in the same way as the no-tails. What do you do? Sing to the tiny beings. You are surprised to find that, unlike the paltry flecks of color you feel when sensing the minds of most tiny beings, these possess a full and lush rainbow of ideas in their inner songs, a depth which rivals even that of a kin. While worried that you might damage their small empire, they are not concerned for their own lives. They are here, apparently, on an important quest which is greater than their hive, and greater even than this entire world, if such a thing is possible. They do not disclose all the details to you. No, I don't think that's too much venting. I mean, I'm not much of a fan for baseball myself. Also, hello, welcome on in. They do not disclose all the details to you. But the deep mauve sincerity and indigo humility which mark all of their thoughts are proof that they are truthful and that you, the great green, have nothing to fear. I should clarify, venting is more like big, moderate or big personal issues that are just dumped into the chat, like you might see or have heard from like other streamers dealing with it, and like, streamer, help me with my problem, and the streamer's just like, I'm not a therapist, hello? Baseball being over is... Go for it. I could just take the hive, or they've promised something for me. Let's take that. The Minsks invite you to return in a few suns to see their progress, the great treasure they will craft for you. We're going to get something out of this. Great treasure for a dragon. I've heard a few tales of people having to deal with that. And no thanks. I do not wish to... I am not a therapist. I do not have a college degree. No, get that away from me. Okay. We are still full on energy. We don't need a hunt anytime soon. I do need to get Blazetail. No, they're not going to tell me that anytime soon. We can do this real quick, actually. Hello, I don't know you. Have you played this game before? In your wanderings, you have come across a clan of tusk snorts. In accordance with their way, all the adults are birthers. Givers are exiled once they come of age, doomed to wander alone, and they are led by the eldest, who has overcome many trials, birthed many young, and seen many turnings. This group is slightly larger than usual, seems to have some purpose. Noses to the ground, they sing squawking, ruffing songs, occasionally releasing scents which are a language unto themselves. Their hatchlings shadow them, occasionally play fighting with each other or investigating new smells. They have not yet detected your presence, but their legendary olfactory capabilities leave little doubt that they soon will. What is your will? Let's talk. Hang out and chat.
What's up, guys?
They're doing a hunting. You allow yourself to be detected and approach, holding your body in such a way as to make it clear that you are not hunting. Nevertheless, the birthers gather together, herding the hatchlings toward the center for protection and forming a defensive phalanx. Their eldest, however, releases soothing odors. With a series of reassuring grunts to its fellows, opens its mind to you. When you inquire as to their purpose here, you receive the following reply. We seek the flavor blessings, soft, black, and sweet, dark, savory fungoids, brooding within the Great Mother's flesh. Only Tusk-Snort's noses are so keen, so refined as to scent them. Great honor shall be bestowed upon the one who finds the most, for it is the fungal festival, the yearly truffle hunt. What will you do? We could watch, we could talk, or we could participate. As you announce your intention to participate, many of the Tusk-Snorts seem quite surprised. Truffles are not prey for Drac, not being made of beast flesh. The idea that only Tusk-Snorts could scent them was not an idle boast, but a deeply held belief upheld by experience. Still, the Tusk-Snorts are largely an honorable and honest tribe of beasts, and their eldest allows it. This festival is in the spirit of summer, and the feast which is the great green is shared by many, the older birther sings. It is enough to convince the others. How shall you hunt for the elusive fungi? We can give this one an attempt. If you've never played this game before, I don't know you. The yellow means that there is a chance of success. It's game runs on basically the stoplight system. Red means stop. Yellow means yellow caution. Yellow caution. Green means go. Let's go for it. Using your mind instead of your nose, you isolate patches of ground which are especially fertile and likely to hold precious truffles, giving yourself an advantage. This, however, takes time. Though you do finally root one up, the contest ends soon after, and others have found 2. One, who found 3, is honored as the victor, and blessed with the traditional Tusk-Snort hymn of snorts, squeals, and scents. Though you have not won, your defeat brings them to a certain delight. Great are the noses of the Tusk-Snorts, greater than those of even the Drac. They grunt merrily to each other. Wisely, their eldest offers you one of the dark balls of fungus as a gift, in tribute to your greatness. May the sense of my clan not cross your path in hunger, and may the green one watch you with a gentle eye. It snorts before leading its clan away in high spirits. Well, we tried, I guess. We did get a truffle mushroom. Those are spendy. We got it for free. Do you know what kind of black gold you're giving away here, lady? That little treasure tower will call us back to it when it needs us. Boy, have we cleared out basically everything? Sheesh. You see this one right here? You see this one right here? That's us getting high as fuck. Let's get some treasure. Here, where Earth begins to rise skyward in browning folds, you make an interesting discovery. Several large stones are birthing glistening progeny. They burn softly with a color which reminds you of sun. Perhaps Earth longs for him and made these in her yearning. These are not metallic shinestone, but gems, and will not be melted by your breath. Extracting them from the stones will take much time and care, but such shiny things as these would be highly prized by any kin. What will you do? Use the shake stick to extract the bounty. The shake stick is this, by the way. It's a basically ancient times magical taser. You do the thing, you get lots of stuff. We had 115 before that. Hey, hello. You need a thing from us now? Sun has died and been reborn repeatedly since you discovered the crystalline empire of the Menisks, living out its collective life in the dead tree foot. Returning, you notice that they have begun a small work on the ground just outside the stump. It is difficult to tell what it is, but at the moment it seems like a small tangled mess of burnished shinestone and mica with no discernible function. The Menisks greet you with their colorful and guileless mine song as you approach. They announce that they have begun constructing a great work for you, which will one day be a beautiful treasure of rare worth. Hold that thought. We have... Ooh, we got a nice amount. All right. They request, with polite lemon colors in their song, that you know honor your side of the agreement. For their own sacred mission, they require a single white tuft of tail fur from a blaze tail. They are forbidden by their way to travel far enough outside their minuscule settlement to obtain it themselves, and so you must obtain it for them. We got connections. We got connections. We're gonna use our connections. You see this, buddy? He asked us a question a while ago. He's a buddy. When you at last manage to locate it, Wrath in question is understandably hesitant to let you remove the tuft of its perfect tail, but agrees, in question form of course, to give you what you seek if you can bring it a fine long ear to feast upon, and then to feed it in a fair riddle challenge while avoiding thinking of the color yellow and keeping your tail held to the left. Hunting a long ear is not so very difficult. You manage it eventually, but the riddle contest is harder. Keeping yourself from thinking about the color yellow is far more difficult than it sounds. But you manage it long enough to arrive at the riddle, which will decide the contest. If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't got me. What am I? I can't remember. I'm going to... Give me a minute. I'm going to cheese it. Right. Your superiority is proven, and the blaze tail is defeated. It nibbles off a small tuft of white fur from its beautiful tail and leaves you. The scent of its humiliation is very sweet. The Menisks receive the tuft with joy. For some reason, they are actually glad that you did not destroy a blaze tail to get it, even though you are sure that they have absolutely no connection to the blaze tails themselves. They show their gratitude by singing a mysterious song of appreciation. But when it is finished, you feel as though your mind has somehow expanded. The Menisks assure you that construction on your great treasure will continue as planned, and that you may return in a few suns to see the progress.
Air Mastery.
Yes, give me more. Yeah, it's a neat move. It basically allows you to attack twice in a single combat round, but then you have to rest and not do anything for 2 rounds after that. So, you know, we have like 4 or 5 days left.
We're gonna hunt for treasure on the beach.
The Great Blue, an endless shuddering plain, stretching setward to the far horizon. This is water's true lair, to which all other water in the world seeks to return. Even sun rests here after his daily burning end. The taste of countless strange good beasts is carried on the air. We could probably eat some. And water, salty and fresh in your mouth. However, all that is in the sea has been claimed by others. You smell the personal scent of a sapphire kin on the waves. Entering the deep water would be considered an invasion. Anything which washes onto the soft edgeland, however, is yours by right, and there is much here of interest. Hard-armored scuttle claws range about, picking over the bounty. Spending a sun here may lead you to discover some worthy additions to your trove of miscellaneous shiny things, and possibly a salty snack or two. Shall you? Absolutely! You spend a delicious sun ranging slowly up and down the shore, collecting beautiful, glistening body layers of small beings long gone. When hungry, you crack open a scuttle claw and suck out the sweet flesh. And when tired, you sleep in the soft sand, lulled by the dancing winds. By the time you leave, you have gained 12 shiny things and a small scar from a belligerent scuttle claw. Ouchie!
We got some goodies.
The more goodies we get, the stronger we get. Yeah, we should have enough time to get the treasure before it fades away. Let's try you, I think.
Rubies.
A brief but harsh bout of rain drives you into a small cave while exploring the sacred vale. At first it appears unremarkable, but then you discover that it is home to rosy treasure. The walls are marbled with purple-red gem crust. It sleeps in sheets, nestled in a bed of ages. It is too infatuated with the stone to be parted by your claws and teeth, however. You will need some other way of coaxing it forth if you wish to add it to your trove. What will you do?
Use the shake stick.
We're just gonna zap it right on out of there and get a shitload of it. So, I don't know you. If you didn't know, get it? If I don't know. Treasure is a bunch of things. You get it because A, you're a dragon. Dragons get shiny things. B, getting the shiny things is considered, it's basically kind of money. You can use it to buy things. And it also boosts your overall stats. Casting about the shore of one of the eponymous twin lakes, you discover an interesting potential source of treasure. Though it gleams like rarest shinestone, it is not, nor is it a gem. It is amber, made out of the essence of trees and refined by time. Water has cleansed and polished it to perfection. There is, however, an issue. The majority of it is trapped beneath quite a few large stones. Moving them would be no challenge to an elder. But unfortunately, thousands of turnings stand between you and that vaunted title. Will you put your strength to the test? Given that sign, no. We'll go here instead. Earth's flesh is tumorous and uneven in this part of your lands. Vague hints of decay and shinestone linger in the scented mists. A wafting taste of something quite foreign sits in your mouth whenever you lie atop one of the strangely soft hillocks here. Could one or more of them hide a secret? What will you do? If there is shinestone here, the lodestone can lead you to it. The lodestone draws you to a particular hill, indicating that something hides within. A bit of light burrowing ensues, and then you come upon something remarkable. Dead bodies! It seems that 4 beings ended their lives here, or perhaps were put here after their ends had already come. They appear quite similar to the tailless in structure, but these are not tailless. Well, they have no visible tails, but they are not the tailless which infest certain areas of the world as you know them. They are larger, their skeletons more solid and compact. Their head bones are thicker, with apertures suggesting larger eyes and noses than the tailless. And their scent is quite different, earthier, stronger. What were these? The 4 are, or were, seated facing each other of the 4 directions. Sigils festoon the walls and floor here, similar to the sigils used by the Mayan Song of the Drac, but again, slightly different. You can pick out a few words. Failure, disappointment, rejection. If you had to guess, you would say that these beings, whatever they were sheesh, were charged with guarding or protecting something, and that they failed. Not these four specifically, but rather their whole people. These four seem to have tried to reverse their doom and find redemption, but despite their courage, all they found was destruction. In any case, these bold not-no-tales seem to have been entombed with gifts of silver and black stones of various kinds. The sigils are also black. Perhaps that was a sacred color for them. You gather up everything here which seems attractive to you and press back out into the gray light of the outside world. For some reason, a thought occurs to you. Perhaps you should cover up the chamber again. It is probably just an instinctual drive to bury your findings so others do not take them from you, but there is nothing valuable there now. Yes, we will indeed bury that back up. Covering it up again is a tiring process, and you wonder several times why you are making yourself do this. There is nothing left to steal, and no other reason of which you know to cover up the bones of dead beings, or keep them hidden from the elements. You can't help it, though. Something is compelling you. When you pack down the dirt with your body, flattening it with your tail, a chill runs down your spine, puffing out your tail crest. That night, you dream of huge, shadowy warriors, decorated with black jewels, clutching dark cutting shards in their forepaws, fighting desperately against an endless tide of no-tails. Though the Dark Ones are brave and strong, the tailless are simply too many, and one by one, they fall. But although the judgment of destruction is never wrong, looking on, you cannot help but feel that this should not have been. When you awaken, a feeling of despair lingers in your mouth, until you wash it away with a drink from the hilltop spring. The past is the past, and dreams are only dreams. Are they not? Okay, we should get a treasure for the Minisk. Ooh, it's the final encounter. Sun has died, and moon does not exist this night. Earth is utterly unlit. Hours before Sun's rebirth, you will awaken from a terrible nightmare. Something is peeling apart your mind and eating its inside like a sweet viscera of a prey animal. The residual fear from the dream is heightened by a disturbing realization. It is utterly quiet. No tiny beasts are calling, nor are the green leapers singing in the nearby marshes. No night feather beasts chant, and not even the wind murmurs. Carefully investigate. You are just about to give up and return to your lair when you see a subtle wrongness out of the corner of your eye. The shadow of one of the trees there is somehow incorrect. Something is lurking there, mottling deep shadows. You leap at it, and you see a pair of baleful rose-colored eyes briefly before it retreats from your attack, blending into the darkness again. A cold, sickly song scrapes across your mind. I am the creeping end of your dreams. I am the hiss that slides through the darkness, erasing light and safety. I am the murmuring destroyer, slaying softly, softly. You decide to call this being Whisper. I cannot be seen nor smelled. My flesh is air, my bones are water. This land is already mine. Please do not flee. I enjoy holding the minds of others in my mouth, crushing them salty gray slime, tasting the panic, the confusion. I savor the fear of my prey, the despair of the moment they realize that they will perish without even seeing the destroyer. Please do not flee. Stay and become one with the quiet horror. Its sigils are like tiny beings crawling aggressively, buzzing inside of your mind. It will not go away. It hurts just enough. Just enough. What will you do? We're gonna be smart and vanish. Bitch, you're not the only one. Whisper is not the only one who knows how to blend in with its surroundings and become invisible to the eye. Using the water within, you take on the colors of the darkened green. It soon becomes clear that you have succeeded, as the mind assault does not continue. Still, Whisper does not seem inclined to give up the fight. No matter, but you cannot be seen. but can be smelled and heard and tasted. By the power of the Shinestone artifact which I bear, I have erased my scent and cannot even be heard as I move. I will find you and you. Use your ability to alter your own scent to even the odds. What are you doing? Why? Whisper is obviously confused by the fact that it can neither see nor smell you. Sss. You have some skill in Water's domain. Very well. Oh, Jesus, hello. You're a little close. Get away from me. Let us do the dance of destruction, then. My claws will whisper between your scales and into your essence red core. Let the waves of my wrath break over you and drown your miserable essence. See, the trick here about this guy is he's the reversal of the fight you have before him. The fight before him, he's got the dragon before this guy who fights you. He's got a rooster on his head that tells you what he's gonna do. This guy, he's a sneaky little fuck. He's a sneaky, tricky little fuck. Let the waves of my wrath get you. He's gonna do a water attack. Let's see. No, he's not. Other way now. I misread it. I'm gonna poison you, actually. Oh well, poisoning wasn't needed.
Victory! Victory! Victory!
The Shinestone ring around Whisper's neck shatters, and the kin lets out a shrieking roar. Enough! Whisper breaks away from you, flattening itself to the ground. You see its body clearly now. Somehow it is colorless save for its eyes, which are like the essence which now stains its armor. Do not behold me! Turn away! I was created naked of blessed color, so easily hunted, so easily seen. I will not be seen! Striking you with a final mind lash, the invader flees away. It is over. A plume of the defeated kin remains on the ground. It is completely devoid of color, though this makes it rather striking in its own way. It seems that Whisper was using some kind of artifact of the others to hide itself completely. You wonder how many prey animals fell victim to the silent killer. Their minds screamed to pieces without even seeing what was destroying them. Still, while its ability to hide may not have truly been its own, Whisper's mental prowess was natural. It is unusual that one so young would be able to master the mysteries of air so well at such a young age. It did not behave according to tradition, issuing a proper challenge and revealing itself as a drac should. But there are only two great laws and one lesser, and it did not violate any of these. Such behavior, paired with its unusual form, will make it difficult for it to find a partner to create with, however. Having a choice territory such as yours would have been its only real chance. Now that it has been stripped of its artifact, survival is unlikely. Violating tradition can be a powerful tactic, but all things come at a price. Okay, can stop by here, I guess. Are you guys done? We're done! Oh, yeah. We'll give you the things you need. I forgot to read it. Sorry. Sun rises and falls, and once again you return to the Menisks. Their unliving creation for you has begun to take shape. It is a geometric curiosity, with triangles joined together in a difficult harmony. And once again, they dare to request a favor from you. It takes quite a bit of time before you fully grasp what they are asking for. They need the green-orange kind of shinestone called copper. There are small amounts of it in the shiny things you might find all over the land. They will need twice the number of shiny things as you have claws, both for their own purposes and to finish your gift. You deliver the requested number of shiny things, certainly a noticeable reduction of your trove. It hurts you deep within to see such a thing. The tinylings promise that when they next see you, you will have your prize. That will be the next sun. Oh, I guess I can't visit anymore. Okay. Gather treasure over here, I guess. I'm not going to bother hunting for now because there's no need. Also, we've already read this. I'm just going to go ahead and go through it. Show me the goods. Show me the goods. I'm really hoping they'll give me the goods before the end of this session. We're gonna try it. One by one, you put the various members of your body to trial against the massive stones barring you from your treasure. Your forepaws, your head, your tail. None are strong enough to budge the stones. Eventually, you resort to simply slamming your whole frame against the pile, but even that does not suffice. The wet amber glistens mockingly. We did it! Just in time. The Minisks have prepared a prismatic welcome for you this day. Your gifts have allowed them to make great progress on their mysterious mission. Their songs of thanksgiving echo 1,000 colors in your mind. Joyfully, they present you with your reward, a shining confection of oddish material. They explain that it will continually broadcast a living song, which will somehow hunt your mind for gaps in your understanding of the one song and fill them. In all honesty, most of their explanation was too complex for you, but you gathered that this will automatically build your elemental mastery daily. Fuck yeah. Depart with your prize. Don't be an asshole. What's this Sleeping Stone doing again? I forget. This one. It is this one. No, we'll save that. We don't need that. Look at my hoard. It is mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine. The blue is our home, so we don't need to worry about that. We've done basically all of this stuff. We have... Actually, hang on. Let's get high. Exactly once. One sun, you come across a plant with a curious scent. While your music dictates that you must consume flesh as your primary fuel, you have made stacks of some grasses and herbs from time to time. They amuse your mouth and are of help when something is stuck within. This plant, however, is altogether different. It smells like dreams, with strands of green fiber flesh and murmurs of heartbreak and the beyond. Your core is mildly repulsed by it, but your essence is drawn to it. What will you do? You taste a bitter tang, which is completely strange, yet almost familiar, as the herb slides across your sensitive tongue. Would this be medicinal? Yes, medicinal. Whatever the case, you continue on afterwards, wending through the undergrowth, tasting the air for prey. Unfortunately, no meat scent meets your senses. Or wait, was that no meat sense meets your senses? You do, however, scent a nearby honeysuckle bush. Until now, however, you never realized how glorious scent of honeysuckle is. It trickles through your mind, seeming to embed itself in your very essence. You bury your muzzle in the honeysuckle and inhale it, taste it, let it flow all throughout yourself. Moving on, you feel the way the tall grasses brush against your underscales. No, you don't feel it. You feel it completely. How could you never have noticed how wonderful it feels? Flopping down onto your side and rolling around, you can acutely sense every last scale on your body, can taste each one lining up as the grass caresses you so very tenderly. Your whole body is alight, and then it is light itself. You are seeing yourself dissolving into the grass, into the nearby trees, into the wind as it touches you, and yet you are not at all alarmed by the dissolution. Of course, you are the wind. How could you have thought that you were a silly giant lizard? What do they call themselves? Oh, it doesn't even matter. A rainbow lumberer honeybuzz hovers nearby. It roars cheerily to you. Hello, wind! You roar politely in return as a cloud of tiny clan singers, each one smaller than your smallest talon, washes over you, singing a lovely refrain involving clouds. And why have you never eaten a cloud? You are completely certain that would be an explosion of lovely flavor upon your tongue, like a bursting gallbladder in your mouth. And oh my, you need to beat something gallbladder right now. You hop from tree top to cloud top to the tops of tiny flowers, all of which support your weight perfectly, and sing gallbladder every time you land on them, hopefully, because you've almost forgot that idea. And it's so amusing that you almost forgot that idea. It's even amusing that you are amused that you almost forgot that idea. As your tail thumps joyfully, the thought occurs to you that if you were a no-tail, you couldn't thump your tail. In fact, do no-tails even have a way of expressing amusement? Wait, no-tails? No-tails, with their dead, giant stone falls that they used to destroy, their bodies covered with the skins of other animals, stilting across the land like wobbly totems of death on their two thin legs, the scent of otherness clinging to them like a giant writhing bloodsucker? They are bloodsuckers! You can see them all, burying their soft talons and blunt teeth into the great birther, sucking the essence out of her, leaving earth stained with a rainbow black death and horribly dry. Why? What are they? Where are they? You must destroy them. You must save the green. Oh no. There are so many. Why? Sun, help us. Earth, help us. The others have come bringing death with their foul offspring. No! When you awaken, Moon is looking down at you. Everything has returned. You are once again in conscious command of your mind and body, and know what is and what is not. You have no idea where in the great green you are. Tracing your own scent back to your lair, and discovering evidence that you apparently did several things while under the influence of the herb, which are better not to think about, you curl up and sleep for a very long time. This fucking hangover. Having lost the contents of your stomach during the escapade, you are starving and set out to get something. You will never do that again. Probably. We just got high as fuck. Sun is weakening, dying earlier with each rebirth. Long nights and cold breezes slowly steal away the deep greens of the spirit wood and leave fragile root riots of yellow and orange crusted with crystal frost in the morning. Many of the feather beasts are gathering together, ready themselves physically and spiritually for a warm-word journey. The lumberers gorge themselves, preparing for their great sleep, and you, too, feel your paws growing heavy. It is time, guided by instinct. You spend several suns expanding the inner rest chamber of your lair. It will need to fit not only you and your treasure, but the body you will have when you awaken. This second great sleep awaits your last transformation. By the time you have finished your bed chamber, the sky crystals are just beginning to fall and cover land. This land, your land. When last you laid yourself down for a great sleep, you were just a copper-skinned hatchling. You are ignorant of so many things. Now, the spirit wood is truly yours. Its streams run in your veins, and you feel the trees on the distant hills as though they were your own feathers. Invaders came, putting your mind and body to the test, but you found the strength to triumph over your enemies. Few would now dare to challenge your authority. Before, you were merely infatuated with the heart of the Great Green, but now you have come to truly love it, to feel its fortunes as yours. You wish prosperity and endurance upon it as you cover up your last chamber and await your final rebirth. First light, and then time abandon you, and then the dreams begin. Hi, pretty. Beloved, I smell your spirit drifting in your last great sleep. Your many acts of compassion have pleased me greatly. As you rest, I shall send you dreams of love and unity, so that when you awaken, you shall be mighty in the ways of water and earth. When the time comes, remember me, and remember the beauty of rare compassion and its guiding truth, that all beings are one. This is the secret which shall be our salvation. May you be blessed. Love this image, by the way.
O seed which I have planted, blossom in the future. May you understand the lesson you have learned, the journey of water and stone you have completed, the tireless quest for new truths, the rejection of hardened ways, the embracing of unlimited thought and new horizons. Such is wisdom. Between the extremes of harsh survival and weak compassion rests a middle way, which is the bridge spanning all things. Sleep now and awaken as a worthy creator and destroyer both. Hold to the golden center and choose your path with wisdom. For a grand reckoning approaches, and the future of our people hangs in the balance. May you be blessed.
I don't know if we'll get the third one. No, we didn't. Okay. Oh, my Fang, who sleeps within myself, guardian of my own heart, mate of my essence, you have brought my soulmates, Woodstrider people, back to me. Their hard feet upon my soft ground brings me joy and peace. Though the proud kin may mock you for bowing before them, your humility makes you fragrant of spirit. I am drawn closer to you, and you to me. You have been a wise guardian of my bounty. The good beasts of the spirit would thrive, and all corners of myself are filled with life. Never have you allowed any place to become gray and dead, but have made space for creation within your destructions. For your eyes that see far and your wise and greedless heart, I bless you, love you all the more. Blessed, blessed, blessed are you, my friend. The heart of the great green sings with the beautiful chaos of nature, and I am whole. You have destroyed what should be destroyed, and spared what should be spared. You are my beloved Fang, being sign of my just law. With you I am well pleased. I shall put my mark on you, shining between your flesh and your spirit. I now lay over you and within you. Together shall we dance to the end of your time and beyond. But rest now in the dreaming while your body completes its sacred transformation. When you awaken, do not forget me. See me in every beast, every leaf, smell me in the breeze, taste me in your prey. To the uttermost end, I am life. I am the great green. May you lust. Like a sticky mire burying your mind in a grasping yet breathable darkness. Like a boulder, gray and thought hollow, unsouled and yet undeniable. Like a dream of nothing at all. If you had to, perhaps you could try to convey the feeling of this great sleep to another in such ways. It is being sucked down and built up simultaneously, squeezed comfortably between layers of is and is not. There is absolutely no way to know how many suns or moons or turnings have passed. Time itself is resting, cold under and around you. When the morass recedes, leaving you real and physical once more, the power of the rhythm beating in your breasts is a slow surprise. Was it this strong before? Breaking out of your sealed sleep chamber is much easier than last time as well. Even after doing so, there is not enough room for you to stretch properly, so you emerge. Um, actually, hey, let's go ahead and do this scene. Why not? We're big and tall and large. We will call it here for today. All right, because unfortunately I do need to call it here for today because I am getting really tired. And also, I do need to go to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. We will end the stream with a raid. I have not decided who we will raid. Actually, yes, I have. It will be Squid Easy again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone who has stopped by. Have yourselves a great moon, a great night, a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care.